breath. Whatever comes under visualization comes in the dimension of breath. The third dimension of the universe is depth. All our cognitions, perceptions are stored in the depth layer. Then the fourth dimension of the universe is time, where we have the past, present, future. Beyond the dimension of time, the fifth dimension is what we call as the dimension of space. Now, the dimension of space, in the dimension of space, everything happens simultaneously. There is no demarcation as past, present, and future because the dimension of space is beyond the dimension of time. There is no concept of time in space. So there is only whatever is now, that's it. And there is no now also, because there is no concept of past and present to even call it now. So in the dimension of space, whatever has happened, happening, yet to happen is already clearly recorded. Now, what is Akashic readings? In the direct words of Supreme Point of Hinduism. Now, Akashic readings, nobody has the right to interpret or comment on these readings. Nobody has the right to manipulate these readings. They are directly from the cosmic archives. They are a complete unto themselves. For anybody to live in tune with the cosmos and to be living in tune with the universe, the Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment, you do not need anything else other than just listening to these great readings over and over again. And when you listen to these great readings, naturally your cognitive logic is penetrated and you start living and radiating enlightenment. Now, only an avatar can decode Akashic readings. As an avatar of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has graced humanity with the blessings and the darshan in the form of Devi Parashakti, revealing answers to the questions to the earning of seekers. So Devi Parashakti has revealed the answers to so many questions of the devotees to the earning of seekers. She has given darshan, she has manifested power, she has revealed the information from the cosmic archives. Now, any answer given by Devi Parashakti is not just an answer, but the karmic breakthrough for the receiver. Now let's look at the scriptural reference to manifest the power of Akashic readings. The scriptural reference is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 54, Dharana 61. Akasham vimalam pashyan Ritva drishtim nirantara stabdhatma tatshanat devi Vairavam vapurapnuyat. Looking at the infinite, spotless etheric space, going beyond the sky and clouds. Sorry for the technical glitch. Looking at the spotless, infinite, etheric space, Akasha, beyond the sky and clouds, one should have one's gaze without blinking continuously. In that very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and powers of the cosmos. The next reference that we have is from the Mahabharata, the Hindu Purana called Mahabharata, where sage Maitreya is revealing the secret of the birth and the purpose of the birth and the true identity of the great Vidura. And Maitreya, the sage Maitreya reveals to Vidura that he was an incarnation, that he is an incarnation of Yama, who is the Lord of Death. Next slide. So what are the benefits of Akashic readings? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says all the information that we have from all of our previous births is stored in our DNA, accessing some of them can really help us not to do the same things over and over again. And when the Supreme Court of Hinduism manifesting as Devi Parashakti manifesting through the Supreme Court of Hinduism, when the Supreme Court reveals from the Akashic records, that can give a huge karmic breakthrough for the person who is receiving it. Next slide. And only an avatar can decode the Akashic records. The Supreme Court of Hinduism has initiated his disciples and followers to be able to be in that space of oneness with the Supreme Court of Hinduism, to be able to read the Akashic readings, being in the space of oneness with Swamiji himself. However, the initiated disciples will not be able to alter, edit, update, or modify the Akashic records. However, the Supreme Court of Hinduism can alter, edit, update, modify, and the Akashic records. So many disciples and devotees and followers ask for blessings and boons in the Akashic records. And when Devi says Tatastu, it is literally updating the Akashic records with the blessings for your desire to manifest as reality. So what kind of questions you can ask in the Akashic records? You can ask any kind of questions related to like a personal question about your career, you can ask about relationships, you can ask about finances, you can ask about your spiritual growth, any question about your past, present, or future. Some of you may want to know some things that you want to happen in the future about your job or career or relationships. Anything you can ask about whatever has happened in the past, present, or future. Next, let us take a look at a short introduction to who is Devi Parashakti. Devi Parashakti, who is manifesting through the Supreme Court of Hinduism. We will give a short introduction to who is Devi Parashakti after a short thing. Let us now see the introduction to who is Devi Parashakti, the divine cosmic mother. Now, Devi Parashakti is the divine cosmic mother. Yes. First, let us see the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. Lalita Sahasranama. Sinduraaruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikyamaulim Spurastanam Nayakashekaram Smitamukhim Bhavina Vakshoruham Vanibhyam Manipurna Ratna Chashakam Ratotpalam Vibhradim Saumyam Ratna Gadastha Ratna Charanam Yayet Paramam Vikam. The Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body with triple eyes. With triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies, studded with a crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling the red lotus. Dhyana Shloka, how Devi Parashakti is described in the Lalita Sahasranama. The next verse. Aruna Karuna Tarangitakshim Drita Pashangush Pushpavana Chapam Animadi Bhiravrata Mayura Kaikamam Mityeva Vibhavaye Bhavani. I meditate on the great empress. She is red in color and eyes are full of compassion and holds the noose, the goat, and the bow and the flower arrows. Her hand, she is surrounded on all sides by the powers such as anima forest, and she is the self within me. Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic home from which millions and billions of universes comes out and goes in. The source where the Big Bang and the black holes go on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power which all of us came, in which all of us are in even now. Now, out of an extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nija Avatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashiva, gracing us, answering all our questions, attending to our prayers, giving wounds, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering the profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. Now let's see what Devi Parashakti has revealed about herself in the Akashic readings. Rising as Omkara, expressing as the Vedas and Agamas, blossoming as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 43 triangles, the Kailasa Swamini, who is in Kailasa Shripura, Chintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as a part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari, who rules the world, Parashakti Manonmani Meenakshi as Nityananda. I took the Nija Avatara here to give good bones to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranyagarbha Swarupni, Brahmanda Yoni, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi, taking the form of Nityananda. I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you. I took the form of Nityananda and came down as Nija Avatara. Rising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, manifesting as the source of existence, the powers of existence, the expression of existence from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, Jnana, growing as the four Vedas, expanding as the Panchabhutas, beyond the six chakras, filled as the Gotras of seven Rishis, expanding as the eight directions, existing as nine grahas, blossoming as 10 Indriyas, being as 11 Rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing to life, to tell and make the truth blossom, and to do good. Parashodasi Meenakshi, in the form of Nityananda, I came to bless every one of you. And Devi Parashakti continues the revelation saying, literally, and sorry, this is the direct words of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism during the satsang, where the Supreme Pontiff said, literally, you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen. So always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaves, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and one coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi. The coin is considered as a traditional dakshina in the Hindu tradition. It can be of a lowest value. It can even be just 1 paise. In US, it can be 1 cent even. This is not for the purpose of monetization. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you attend, only then it will even be $1. But keep some dakshina. Offer that to Devi. After the darshan is over, do namaskar and eat the banana, betel leaf, and the betel nut. Take it as a prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send it to our temple in Los Angeles whenever you have a sizable or considerable amount. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior. So here you can see the pictures of the tambulam, some betel leaves, some betel nut, and a couple of bananas, and some dakshina offering we can do to Devi Parashakti. Next segment of the program, we are going to see how we can connect with Devi Parashakti. What are the different offerings that we can do to Devi Parashakti after a short break?
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Paramashiv. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
Now, let's see what are the different ways we can connect with Devi Parashakti. What are the different offerings that we can do to Devi Parashakti? the significance of the offering. Now, offering is giving of divine gifts of pure love, devotion. There are two ways we can make the offering, which is giving and accepting. Only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. Offering is not something which is made out of fear or greed. Only when the divine accepts our offerings, the offering is considered complete. So whenever you give, see, what is the divine accept? Divine does not accept the value of your offering, but the sacred sentiment, the devotion, the love with which an offering is being made is what makes the divine accept our offering. So what are the different ways we can make that offering is what we are going to share. And what is the bhava with which that offering has to be made is what we are going to see in this section. Now let us look at the beautiful Dhyana Shloka. What does the scriptures reveal about the form of Devi Parashakti?
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nityananda everyone. Welcome back. So we'll continue segment of the program. So we'll invoke Parashakti. Dhyaye Devim Trinetram Sashini Bhavadhanam Vedahastam Dadanam Savye Padmam Varadamapare Chapayam Chakshamalam Divyairabharanair Vibhushitatanum Brahmadibhih Pujitam Devimeva Manunmanim Pratidinam Kamartadatrim Shubham. Yes. The meaning, it beautifully says, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes glowing like a moon and hold the Veda, lotus and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all the actions every day. Yes. So let us now understand the significance of the divine element gold. So the Atharva Veda beautifully says, triply born by earth is this gold from the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Appa. Let the triple gold be for your long life. So gold is a divine element. So it purifies anything it touches. It is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. So what is the significance of the divine element gold? So gold is present in all the scriptures, the Vedas, the Agamas, the Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas. So in all Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our being. So in Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold. Everything was exchanged in gold. So ritual feasts were offered in golden bricks. So when one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. So gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. The horses and cows were dressed in gold. So if you see, the Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold, and the Indus river was called Hiranmaya in Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartani in Atharva Veda. So gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold, decked and adorned in gold, because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it literally lasts forever. So with that, we'll be moving on to the first offering to Devi Parashakti, the E-Hundi offering. So the E-Hundi offering is like you can offer any amount to Devi Parashakti as a deep token of your love and devotion. And the beautiful Shastra Pramana, it says, Bhakti Priya Bhakti Gamya Bhakti Vashya Vayapaha Shambhavi Sharadaradhya Sharvani Sharmadayini. Devi is fond of true devotion and realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all the fears. Yes. So if there is any fear in the minds of devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. And it is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. So here it is meant that the autumn of our lives, when thoughts turn more and more inwards, the role of the divine is known and understood very clearly. The need for Devi worship literally becomes stronger. So you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Parashakti by offering the e-hundi, the kanikai to Devi Parashakti, and your name will be chanted out when the puja is offered to Parashakti. So you can go to the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings and offer the e-hundi offering. The next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, where the Devi Mahatmyam, the chapter 12, verse 34, says, Tayaitan mohyate vishwam saiva vishwam prashuyate saya chitta cha vijanam tushta rudim prayaschadi. The goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed without interest in anything gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in materialistic sense. Yes, so offer the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution, and you can receive blessings from Parashakti to manifest whatever wish you're yearning to actually make it into reality. So you can actually post all the names of your family, your friend, and whoever you wish to be blessed by Parashakti by going to the link tiny.cc slash Devi hyphen offerings, and the Sankalpa chanting is only $1. Yes. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Sahasranama Swarna Kasu. So the Lalita Sahasranama, the verse 731, it beautifully says, Nama Parayana Prita, she who likes the repetition of her various names. So this is the offering of 1008 names of Parashakti. So it's a very special and unique archana that is offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. So you can offer the golden coin which is inscribed with the names of Parashakti, and literally you can actually receive her blessings to have all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. So all the Ananta Kalyana gunas of Parashakti will be literally awakened in you, and this Sahasranama Swarna Kasu, the golden coin, is available in 3 sizes at $75, $151 and $251. So the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Mukta Anguti, which is the finger ring with a pearl. So the Meenakshi Pancharatnam, it says, Muktahara lasat kirita ruchiram purnendu vaktra prabham shinjannu pura kinkini manidaram padma prabhavasuram sarvabhishta falapradam girisutam vanirama sevitam Meenakshim pranatosmi santatamaham karunya varam nidim. I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus. She grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by the goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. Yes. So the finger ring with the pearl is literally, you can actually, you're like touching the finger of Parashakti and receiving her blessings when you're offering this Mukta Anguti and showered by her compassion and pure love in all your business endeavors. So this finger ring with the pearl, the Mukta Anguti, is available at $251, $501 and $750. You can offer this Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with the pearl, to Parashakti by clicking on to the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Swarna Padma Pushpam, the golden lotus. So the Kami Kagama beautifully says, all the kalasas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. So they should be adorned with lotus flower made of gold. So if you see, the lotus is of beautiful significance in various scriptures. The scriptural references, there are hundreds of references for using the lotus in worshipping Paramashiva. So almost everything in worship of the ultimate. So like consecration of deities or meditation or mudras or asanas during the worship, everything, it literally involves either the lotus flower or lotus pericarp or lotus leaf or lotus petal. So literally, lotus itself is a divine. The Shakti of Paramashiva is called a lotus, The base of Paramashiva Linga is a lotus, and the disciple of Paramashiva is also considered as a lotus who is about to bloom. So you can offer the Swarna Padma Pushpam, the golden lotus, in any size you would wish to, and receive blessings to achieve the state, space, and powers and being of Parashakti in your inner space amidst any or every adverse situation that you're facing in your life. So you can offer the Swarna Padma Pushpam at $600. The next offering is offering of Swarna Metti, the golden touring. So the beautiful Shastra, it says, Nakadiditi Sanchanna Namajjana Tamo Guna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakrita Saroruha. You whose brightness from toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. Yes. The golden touring, literally, when you offer it to Parashakti, which adorns her sacred feet, so you'll be in constant gratitude to her for receiving her blessings in the most difficult aspects of your life. So you can offer the Swarna Metti, the golden touring, to Parashakti at $750. The next offering is the offering of the Swarna Mantika, the golden hairline jewelry. So Sudha Sarabi Varshini, she who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara, that is, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. So the Mantika, it represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully opened. So if you see the Mantika to Devi Parashakti, when you offer it, you can literally achieve the space of completion when you want to manifest completion in your life and in your relationships, so completion with your body. So whatever it may be, you can offer the Swarna Mantika, the golden hairline jewelry, and literally receive her blessings to achieve the state of gratitude and space of complete completion. So you can offer the Swarna Mantika at $750. And the next offering to Parashakti is the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. So the Saundarya Lahari, the sloka 83, it says, Nakadhiditi Sanchanna Namajjana Tamo Guna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakrita Saroruha. The illumining splendor of Devi's toenails dispel the darkness of ignorance. In the devotees prostrating at her feet defeat the lotus in beauty. So this verse, it beautifully says that the nails of Devi have been literally sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. So Tamoguna is darkness, and in this sloka, Tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of devotees, and by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain knowledge. So you can offer the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, which is also upcoming on the Guru Purnima in the next month of July, and receive the blessings and auspiciousness of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Parameshwar. And along with the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, you can also offer the Vastra Seva, the sacred cloth offering to Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, with at $1,008 and receive the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff. Yes. So here we have the list of all the offerings which you can actually offer it at the feet of Devi Parashakti and literally receive her blessings. So the E-Kundi offering, so any amount at your own capacity you can offer as an E-Kundi offering. The E-Kundi offering can also be offered in the live stream, YouTube live stream when the Devi Parashakti Darshan is happening, and even now you can offer it using the super chat and the super sticker option and the Sankalpa chanting. So you can offer the conscious resolution and manifest whatever you want to make it as reality in your life for only $1. And the Devi Sahasranama Kasu, the pure gold coin, each of which the sacred name of Devi which being inscribed on the golden coin, available at 3 sizes at $75, $157 and $251. The Mukta Anguti, the pearl finger ring, available at $251, $501 and $750. The Swarna Padma Pushpam, the golden lotus flower, which is available at $600, $1,200 and $1,800. The Swarna Metti, the golden touring for the lotus feet of Devi Parashakti at $750. The Swarna Mantika, the golden hairline jewelry, available at $750. The Pratyaksha Pada Puja at $1,008 and the Vastra Seva at the $1,008. Yes. So now those of you who are really interested and you would like to offer the sevas to Devi Parashakti, you can go ahead and make an online payment at the link tiny.cc/devi-offerings. And once you make the payment, you can submit your names and details for the puja. So your names will be chanted when the puja is offered to Devi Parashakti in the link tiny.cc/sankalpa 2021. So I'll be taking you through a quick walkthrough into the how to offer the sevas and how to make an online payment. So we keep this slide projected. So now you're seeing the link to the various offerings to the Parashakti. So you can go ahead and go to the link and choose the option. For example, you want to offer the Vastra Seva to Devi Parashakti. Click on to that, which is $1,008, and go and click the option add to the cart when you select which Seva you want to offer to Parashakti. So once you add to your cart, you can go ahead and move to the next page which you're guided to and proceed to checkout. So click on to proceed to checkout. And once you proceed to checkout, you'll be guided to the next page of adding all your billing details, your name and your various details to place your order. And once you fill out all your details, you can place your order by clicking on to this button. So once you finish offering your seva and making an online payment through this link, you can go to the next, which is projected the Sankalpa link, where you can actually post all your names and submit your names for the puja to be offered to all the names which you are actually submitting. So you can go ahead to this link and fill out all the details which are required and click on to the Devi Para Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And when you click next, you will be submitting this link. And once you submit, when the puja is offered to Parashakti, your names will be chanted. And the next beautiful option is you can go to the live stream in the YouTube and go ahead and click on to the super chat and super sticker option right here. And you can offer the e-hundi seva to Devi Parashakti. And you can offer any amount as a e-hundi seva. Here you yourself will be guided when you go and click onto the super sticker or super chat option and receive Devi Parashakti's blessing. So you can do it right away or even during the live darshan of Devi Parashakti. Yes. So with that, we come to the conclusion of this segment of the program, and you can actually take your time to quickly offer any one of these seva to Devi Parashakti, and we'll come back right after a short break.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes. I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nityanandam.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Nityanandam.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Nityanandam. And now we'll go into the next segment, which is on Kailasa's de facto embassies as COVID care protection centers. The world today, one should understand where we are today in the world to really appreciate and understand what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa are doing for the world. Human Rights Watch reported that more than 1.5 billion students are out of school today. That is, more than 91% of the world's students are out of school due to school closures in at least 188 countries. Practically the whole world, schools have shut down. This is the information published in India today. 36.5% of the US college students pointed to stress as the biggest reason why their academic performance suffered negatively for the past 1 year. In addition, about 30% listed anxiety as a factor. For American middle schoolers, 61% of teens admitted feeling a lot of pressure to get good grades. Approximately 1.27 billion learners are currently affected due to school closures in response to the pandemic. According to UNICEF monitoring, 46 countries are currently implementing nationwide closures and 27 are implementing local closures, impacting about 72.9% of the world's population. The world today also, in a survey by the mental health charity Young Minds, which included 211 participants up to the age 25 years, which is just about the first quarter of one's life, with a mental illness history in the UK. 83% said the pandemic had made their conditions worse. 26% said they were unable to access mental health support. Peer support groups and face-to-face services have been cancelled, and support by phone or online can be challenging for some young people. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted or halted critical mental health services in 93% of the countries worldwide, while the demand for mental health is increasing, according to a new World Health Organization survey. Recently, a study also found that 80% of the individuals, including people with and without a past psychiatric diagnosis, who received a COVID-19 diagnosis were later diagnosed with a mental health disorder, such as anxiety or mood disorders. Surveys also found that substance use and suicidal ideation are particularly pronounced for young adults, with 25% reporting they started or increased substance use during the pandemic, compared to 13% of all adults, and 26% reporting serious thoughts of suicide, compared to 11% of all adults. Every year, over 1.2 million students drop out of high school in the United States alone. That's a student every 26 seconds, or 7,000 a day. About 25% of the high school freshmen fail to graduate from high school on time. And that is the situation of the world today. In this world, what are the contributions from Kailasa's Department of Education and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism? Let's look into that. Kailasa's education, driven by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's vision, where he says the whole Gurukul, real Hindu Gurukul, Hindu university atmosphere I had in Tiruvannamalai in 1970s is what I'm trying to reproduce all over the world through Nityananda Gurukul and online e-Gurukul. Gurukul is a place where celebration begins with the right words in the blossoming minds, creating a gateway of possibilities, creating an enlightened civilization with yogic body and Vedic mind. The Nityananda Gurukul is a mystical Vedic school established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nityananda Paramashivam. Here, students live their highest potential and manifest various spiritual powers. The Gurukul functions according to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's vision that education is for life, but life itself is not for education. The Gurukul brings to the world the right kind of education that empowers you. Video. It was about awakening you to the right context of enlightenment. The education system, the Gurukul, is a more of a transmission of the knowledge than rather than a mere transfer of the knowledge. Now, what is the difference between contemporary education versus Gurukul education? Whether others educate you or you educate yourself, if it is based on the weakest link, it is called generalization, dilution due to generalization. Whether others educate you or you educate yourself, if you plan everything based on the best of you, it is called specialization. The Gurukul ambience is for specialization, not for generalization. Education means putting a set of ideas into your head and forcing you to conform to it, pressurizing you to memorize it and forcibly making you vomit it. In Gurukul, there is no education, there is only initiations. Initiation means empowering you with the powers and letting you play with it, letting you manifest, specialize, letting you manifest your specialization, letting you grow, glow. The Hindu Gurukul system, the future of education. What does the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam, reveal about the Indian Gurukul and the future of education? Let's take a look at it.
Now it is time, as per the astrology, no theory can rule any human society which is imposed on that society more than 60 years. Now 60 years is over for the non-involvement narrative education system. I am telling you, future is Gurukul system. The future of education is where the teachers and students live together in one place. If needed, let the parents also stay there. But because basically kids do what you do, they won't do what you say. Understand? They do what you do. They won't do what you say. Whatever you do, simply they will do. They will never do what you say. Most of the time, they don't care for what you say. The future of the Indian education system, I can say, the future of any intelligent education system will be Gurukul system. I am not talking out of pride or arrogance. I am talking seeing the future. I am telling you, I will be leading this revival in the education system through our Gurukul system. Through our Gurukul system. It is going to be the Gurukuls. In Indian education system, complete involvement is required from the side of the teacher and the student. Student need to study the teacher. Teacher need to study the student. Understand? After thoroughly studying the student, teacher identifies the right subject in which the student will be successful. Few things are basic for everyone, like science of completion and enlightenment. Other than the science of enlightenment, all other things, master selects the subject in which the student will be successful. And then student is trained specifically in those fields with the knowledge of enlightenment, with the science of enlightenment, with the truth of enlightenment as the context. Even if you learn the archery, enlightenment is the context. If you study administration, enlightenment is the context. If you learn about business, enlightenment is the context. If you learn plumbing, building houses, sculpting, enlightenment is the context. Indian education system is more of a transmission of the knowledge, transfer of knowledge. It is not just information based.
Today, education is known to be the key factor to enabling upward socio-economic mobility and the strongest means of removing poverty. The right education is crucial to the well-being, stability, and growth of not only every child, but to humanity as a whole. The Gurukul system is known to be the knowledge transmission system of Hinduism, one of the pillars which kept Sanatana Hindu Dharma alive and standing as the world's most ancient living civilization. Through Kailasa's Department of Education, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam, the Gurukul system is being revived in its entirety. Gurukul is living in the Guru's home, rooted in the Guru Shishya Sampradaya, or the living lineage of the Guru-disciple relationship. After decades of study on the physical, chemical, and biological uniqueness of meditative states and enlightened beings, it has been found that in the normal waking state alone, their brain waves show that they are in a complete meditative state, despite being fully active and engaged. In the world of athletics, the state is known as the being in the zone, a glimpse into the peak of focus, cognitive function, attention, and coordination, to name a few. Rather than a glimpse, enlightened beings casually walk, talk, and engage with life settled in the speak. Recent studies have also found that we imbibe the body language, behaviors, and patterns of those in our environment, not just in the behavioral level, but at the depths of the neurological layer. This is also known as the mirror neuron effect. In this way, there is no better teacher than the enlightened Guru, who, as per modern science, exists as a superconscious, biological, reproducible anomaly. However, through centuries of Mughal invasions, colonialism, and continued persecution against Hinduism and Hindu tradition, this science of knowledge transmission has been diminishing at an unprecedented rate. After careful study in the colonialism era, it was found that the Gurukul system was standing as a backbone and stability of the Hindu civilization. The Macaulay education system was imposed in India after this revelation. One can see 13,000 universities across Bharat and 2 lakh Gurukuls were destroyed in Bengal and Bihar alone. But the systematic destruction of Hindu universities and Gurukuls, it also goes to an extent of more than 80% of Hinduism's indigenous knowledge. Macaulay's whole strategy and conspiracy to destroying the Gurukul system is documented in his very own letter. Our English schools are flourishing wonderfully. The effect of this education on the Hindus is prodigious. No Hindu who has received an English education ever continues to be sincerely attached to his religion. The Hindu religion is so extravagantly absurd that it is impossible to teach a boy astronomy, geography, natural history without completely destroying the hold which that religion has on his mind. It is my firm belief that if our plans of education are followed up, there will not be a single idolater among the respectable classes in Bengal 30 years hence. And this will be effected without any efforts to proselytize, without the smallest interference with religious liberty, merely by the natural operation of knowledge and reflection. I heartily rejoice in this prospect. This is as early as 1836 of the colonial rule. And here you have the grand revival of Hinduism's Gurukul and universities. The official inauguration of the Nityananda Gurukul happened in way back on 2nd October 2006. 2008, one can see the students of the Nityananda Gurukul practicing yoga and meditation under the sacred banyan tree, the Kalpavriksha, in Adi Kailasa. 50% of the Gurukul Balasans study 1 to 3 years ahead of their age group, scoring in the top 10 to 20% of Mensa at age 14. The Gurukul Balasans learning standard academics along with the indigenous Hindu scriptures and practicing the Shivastamba yoga under the guidance of trained yogacharyas, demonstrating the ability to perform Kundalini Rajju yoga even through blindfold, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nityananda Paramashivam, personally teaching the once lost science of Dhanur Vidya or archery at Adi Kailasa. 30% of the Gurukul Balasans demonstrating the capacity to spontaneously play instruments without formal training. His lifestyle. The child saints of the Balasans demonstrating the ability to read blindfolded, which is one of the so many powers, the 463 extraordinary abilities or Shaktis as described in the Veda Agamas, participating in Vakyartha Sadas or loosely translated as debate, and addressing the Kailasian delegates at such a young age. The Balasans, after successfully hosting the worldwide webinar on the highlights in science of the Nityananda Gurukul, blissfully sharing their experiences. And the impact of Gurukul, to put it in a nutshell, whole brain learning, stress-free living, zero teen violence or aggression, and quantum memory activation, recalling verbatim after a single hearing, which in Sanskrit is referred to as Ekasantha Grahi. The world's largest Hindu university being the Nityananda Hindu University, having 450 plus campuses in 150 plus countries, available to the public from 2003 onwards, reviving and presenting the world's most ancient lost knowledge in a user-friendly way. Ancient truths taught in a way directly applicable for the modern man's personal, practical, and professional life. Having 20 million enrollments and still counting, 7,000 over courses available, delegates and teachers from 50 plus countries directly contributing to the Nityananda Hindu University. And here one can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nityananda Paramashivam, conferring the first honorary doctorate to Jagadguru Balagangadharanatha Mahaswamiji. And here we will see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the value of the Nityananda Rajavidya Gurukul in his very own words, expressing, revealing his vision of the revival of the Gurukul system.
Long rituals are not useless or unnecessary as a modern brainwashed Hindu thinks. Long rituals are the most powerful method, science, kriya, to awaken all the life energies. See, totally we have 21 life energies. I will describe all the 21 like a fundamental principal forces of life, like gravity, how all these are fundamental forces, principal forces externally. Internally, there are 21 life energies. Ability to visualize, ability to make decision. All these 21 is given to you, but you use them accidentally. That is why your life is full of accidents. Your marriage is accident, wealth is accident, life is accident, money is accident. Very less is planned. much is accident. And I tell you, I have seen people become thieves by not knowing the power of their life energy. I tell you, thief is the cheapest way to exist. I tell you. Because you do not know you own trillions. That is why you steal millions. If you know you own trillions, why will you steal? Listen, asteya, non-stealing, comes to a person who mastered his life energy. Each of my Gurukul kid is $1 trillion economy. I tell you. Each of my Gurukul kid, the powers they can manifest. Understand, Gurukul is not a joke. It is a powerful science. Especially, see, normally, one child plus one child is a two child. But in the Gurukul ecosystem, one child plus one child is 11. 1, 1. Not 1 plus 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. If there are 3 child, it is not 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3. No. It is 1, 1, 1, 111. The energy multiplication. Because the ecosystem, understand, that is why Gurukul has to be with the ecosystem. I have always seen, whenever I download a power on one child, when the group sits, I can share that power on the whole group. Because when team of kids or balasans or sannyasis or brahmacharis, when they sit as one team, it is very easy for me to just like a lightning pour the energy on them. Understand? The Sankhya of life energy is different. The multi-dimensional logic of life energy is different. People cannot understand this Sankhya. The multiple life energies awakening them to its peak and manifesting them is all about life. Long rich.
Despite the relentless attacks against the life, character, and image of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, he goes on sincerely contributing everything he has for the world. From the field of nutrition to education, from protection to religious freedom to the revival of indigenous traditions, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has sincerely contributed in every facet. This has not gone unnoticed by the world dignitaries, leaders, and multi-faith diaspora. Next slide. Now let us see the revelations from Devi Parashakti. On 12th of May 2021, Devi Parashakti revealed that I came as Nijavatara. I am blessing you, listen. People, listen. To do good to all of you, I have taken the form of Nityananda and come down as Nijavatara. People of India, listen carefully. Time after time, Bharadam is Jnana Bhumi, where enlightened beings comes.
We cannot make the Jnana Bhumi as infertile. Enlightened beings have to come. They have to live, it has to flower. Few hypocrites, because they are stuck in delusion, we cannot sacrifice the world. Cosmos cannot be destroyed. The ship I did to save the cosmos from being destroyed, that is called Adi Kailasa. The ship that I did to protect beings from Pralaya is Adi Kailasa. Because of the conspiracy of the Drohis and enemies' rule, the captain has to leave the ship. Before 12 years, knowing the great deluge that is going to happen, all the Aushadas, by this Guru Purnima, that Jnana Rasavadam, Navapashana is going to flower. Allow people to come and take dip in Navapashana flower. People, whoever comes and dips in Vaidya Sarovar, they will not have death. They will not have corona. Crores and crores of people will come in line. Every day, they will come and dip in Ananda Lingam. Listen well to my words. For India, I made the ship as protection. The Nityananda Navapashana Lingam in Vaidya Sarovar. Go to Adi Kailasa. Oh, Indians, listen. All those regretting losing the Nijavatara without confusion and without talking, just as a lip service, go to Adi Kailasa. Crores of people will come there looking for health, Navapashana, water feast, and medicine to get health and protection and enlightenment, to protect India from great destruction. To get health, protection, and enlightenment, to protect India from its great destruction. When the first world countries close their borders and schools during a massive global emergency, Kailasa has opened its door to one and all without exception. So today we invite all the viewers here to come and register yourselves in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care for you to be part of these COVID care protection centers. We have opened COVID care protection centers in 14 different locations in India. All these de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa is available to one and all for you all to be part of this vision. So we welcome all of you to our COVID care protection centers. So let us take some time for you to register yourselves in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Let's take a few minutes to register.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nityanandam, and welcome back. The free COVID care centers opened across the various de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa across India include Adi Kailasa in Birdi, Bangalore, Salem Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Tiruvannamalai Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Rajapalayam Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Puduvai Adinam in Puducherry, Pattanam Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Siragapadi Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Sripuram Adinam in Hyderabad, Madurai Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Avatipalayam Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Hosur Adinam in Tamil Nadu, and Baroda Adinam in Gujarat. Kailasa rushes to aid India as India finds itself on the verge of the COVID-19 third wave. Multiple free COVID care centers have been opened across India, various humanitarian services being offered during the pandemic in Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies across India, the spiritual services offered during the pandemic in Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies across India, and at the core of all this is the immense support of the cosmic revelations on the global pandemic by Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The free humanitarian services offered during the pandemic in de facto spiritual embassies across India include the medical care in the form of allopathy, Ayurvedic and Siddha medicines, the infrastructure to accommodate thousands of people, accommodation in the form of multi-layered quarantine facility, emergency ambulances and ICU on wheels, personal protective medical equipment for one and all, food security management through food banks, and organic farming to ensure self-sufficiency as well as sattvic nutritious diet. So to join the COVID Care Protection Center, register now through the link https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. So if you want to avail of this COVID Care Protection Center facility, do take the time to register now. We just wait a few seconds. And as you register yourself on this link.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nityananda.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity.
Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Parashakti. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Shiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else. Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Parashakti. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Shiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else. Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Parashakti. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Shiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else. Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashit. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa's enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. we will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians. I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that. Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you, aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home, without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community Kailasa's enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. You will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything.
Nityanandam. Nityanandam. Welcome to this unique segment that we are having today. As we all know, as was shared in the morning segment, we had a momentous occasion for Kailasa today, as the UN, the United Nations, recognized the persecution done to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam, and to Kailasa, especially the women, disciples and followers of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nityananda Paramashivam. What really the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his female followers involved is almost like a multi-layered persecution, conspiracy, attacks on various levels, on the physical level, mental level, psychological level, spiritual level, and a sustained attack with increasing intensity, to put it in a brief. The human rights situation, if one sees in India, that in relation to what has been done to the followers of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, especially the Adi Shaivite minority tradition, is a shocking account. Today, the human rights situation for women and children in India is actually abysmal. Despite tremendous public outcry against crimes against women and children, such as rape, sexual violence, gender-based harassment, and female infanticide, happen unabated in India. The state of the Republic of India has been either unwilling or unable to curtail these crimes. India is the most dangerous country for sexual violence against women, according to the Thomson Reuters Foundation 2018 survey. According to the National Crimes Records Bureau, the rape of minor girls increased by 82% in the year 2016 compared with the previous year. Sexual violence and brutal this weaponization of sexual violence targeting women and children by extremist militant elements at the highest levels of governance is part of a more pervasive and systematic campaign targeting certain indigenous spiritual traditions, minority communities, and their leaders, especially those from linguistic and religious minority groups, and of the dark-skinned people of indigenous spiritual traditions. So there's a racist element, there is a linguistic element, there is a religious minority element. One such indigenous spiritual tradition currently targeted for extermination by the neo-Hindutva extremist militants is the Hindu Adi-Shaivite minority tradition in India. The women, children, and the young girls of this particular community were the most vulnerable target of the neo-Hindutva extremism. One can see in the accompanying visuals some of the ghastly crimes committed not only in open, blatantly, but also shamelessly published in newspapers apologetically. The Adi-Shaivite minority tradition rejects extremism of all types. The extremist militant elements are opposed to the ASMT stance when it comes to the rights of women, including otherwise marginalized Dalit women and the rights of members of the LGBTQ+ and the transgender communities. The neo-Hindutva terrorists despise Hindu women in monastic and priestly roles. The spiritual head of the ASMT has publicly declared himself to be transcendental gender, possessing multiple gender components. The neo-Hindutva extremists see the LGBTQ rights as immoral. One can see in the accompanying visuals how women are ordained into sannyas, the monastic order, which is a very powerful happening and revival of the Hindu tradition from its very roots. The ASMT recognizes 11 genders, performs specific temple rituals for gay marriage, as per more than the 5,000-year-old indigenous spiritual scriptures. The ASMT represents one of the most progressive ideologies and is a target of persecution by the new Hindutva extremists. Yes, what you see over here in these disturbing visuals are the crimes that are happening to the ASMT community, to the followers of His Divine Holiness, live, literally telecasted live. CCTV is being broken, women being sexually assaulted by the police themselves, and all this telecasted live in national television channels, very proudly, shamelessly. One of the aspects of the persecution against women is going to be shared by one of the victims directly today. The shaming of the child rape victims by the media. In 2009, a 12-year-old ASMT girl was kidnapped and molested by a neo-Hindutva extremist. The US court sentenced the child rapist to 57 months imprisonment. This did not remedy the damage. The child rapist filed several vexatious litigations in India and in the US. In the US, these false allegations by the child rapist, such as calling the child a liar and her parents and community part of a brainwashing, cult, etc., were all rejected by the court with a penalty for defamation with costs. This did not deter the neo-Hindutva media from victimizing the child with hours of hate speech on television, for which one Samaya TV was penalized $5 million by a US court. Even this has failed to redress the situation. What is this victim, this child rape victim, has to share with all of us? How the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam, literally to uphold the ideology and the principle of dharma that he stands for, of being this child's guru, upkeeping the guru shishya parampara and the responsibilities of the guru to the ultimate hilt, supporting this child in spite of everything that he knew he would have to face in the future in the form of the deadly attacks by the anti-Hindu terrorist militants. Yet, for the sake of that living principle that he is, the Paramashivatva and the Guru Tattva, what Tyaga, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nityananda Paramashivam, has done, what this child rape victim learned and how she has overcome and this whole trauma. And today, what is the future that she is looking forward to? What is her contribution to humanity after having gone through this test of life? Let us hear from her in her own words. I welcome Ma Nitya Sadashiva Priyananda, and I request her to share her experience and enlighten us with her experience of the Tyaga of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nityananda Paramashivam, and how he is the ultimate in terms of, among many other things, the protector of women in the truest sense and the empowerer of feminism in its truest authentic sense.
To all of the viewers, we welcome all of the viewers. I welcome all the viewers once again. After that intro by Ma Achalananda, Ma Nitya Achalananda and Ma Nitya Pranapriyananda, it really, after so many years, after more than 10 years, having the UN, the ONHCR, and the UN recognize Kailasa and the persecution done against SPH and Kailasa and his community, and also recognize how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has stood continuously protecting women and empowering women and children. After 10 long years, really, it brings so much of gratitude inside me, first of all, to have some kind of reprieve, at least until now, for the huge persecution, the humongous, astounding, outrageous persecution that has happened, especially as a victim who the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had protected from the beginning, had sacrificed everything for, and had just wordlessly underwent some of the worst torture, third-degree torture, at the hands of so many criminals, wordlessly, just for the sake of my life, especially as someone who has gone through that, who has seen that. It really brings so much of gratitude inside of me, that somehow we have understood, somehow, somewhere, we are being heard and understood. Now, it does not mean there's so much more for Kailasa to be built. And of course, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will be there, will be doing that. But at least now, the UN has recognized the amount of outrageous atrocities and crimes that have gone against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And just for him protecting so many women and so many children from 2010, he has gone through so much, literally, wordlessly, without doing anything, continuously contributing on that side, on one side, and on the other side, continuously protecting and continuously ensuring that all the women of Kailasa, all of the women who simply dedicate themselves, just simply decide that we want to be devoted to him in any way or form, are simply asking and are simply yes. Nityanandam, I'm completing with all of the viewers for the audio issues. I hope I'm audible now. I just wanted to, first of all, say it brings so much of gratitude that after 10 long years, more than 10 years, so many women who have literally fallen victim, and of course the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who has protected us, have finally found some kind of reprieve. Our voice has finally been heard and seen, recognized by the international community. For so long, we've been requesting, we've been asking, we've been going to all different types of places for help, even the judiciary. We've been going to all governments all across the world. We've been going to different organizations in order to have our voice heard of what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has sacrificed, what so many women have underwent. But now, at least we have finally been recognized and our voice has been heard. Literally brings so much of gratitude, and we have to thank the UN, the UNHCR, just for actually recognizing and seeing and hearing our voice. Finally, after so long, this has happened. I'd like to share with all of the viewers today, as we have finally been recognized, what the truth is behind the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Unfortunately, in this day and age, unfortunately on the internet, on media, in even Hindu communities, amongst Hindus themselves, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is known foremost not because of 5,000 videos on YouTube, over 1 billion people watched on 1 billion people enriched, over 400 tons of food continuously being served and fed for so many people, or over 1,000 sannyasis. He is not known for all of these contributions, but today he is known only for a extremely vile and criminal persecution against him, a conspiracy against him. He is not known for the contributions that he has done for the world in Hindu communities, in the media, in online, and he is continuously facing the hatred in all different forms. And today, he is not even able to go out in public and give the world the true enlightenment and the superconscious breakthrough that the avatar that he had manifested on the planet Earth for, because of a persecution, a conspiracy against him. And because ultimately he decided to protect me and so many other women and children from the harms and the criminals that were out against us. I'd like to start from the beginning today about how anti-Hindu militant forces had been preying on Hindu communities, had seen the success and the potential and the mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to revive Kailasa, and therefore decided to leech the resources from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa and use it for their criminal activity. They decided to completely end all and destroy the mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And by all means, they decided to stop the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism from his work from what he decided to do for the good of humankind, and ultimately what he is doing continuously for the good of humankind. When they decided this, they see, first of all, I'd like all of the viewers to understand that this is not a 1 year, 10-year thing. And of course, many of you have been hearing about it, maybe speaking about it, but only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and us honestly have been seeing how we have been continuously been fighting for at least practicing Hinduism, practicing the Hindu lifestyle, living our own lifestyle, at least in some corner of the world. For the last 5,000 years that Hindus have been undergoing persecution and slowly losing all kind of grip and any kind of basic sense of even the need to practice Hinduism, the need to follow our belief. And Hindus themselves are losing that in such a terrifying scale. After that 5,000-year persecution, we're in a state where Hinduism has lost all its nations. Hinduism, there's not one nation where Hinduism is the country's religion, where even in the United States, even where Hindus are so successful and so well off, still there, the Hindu communities are slowly lost, diluted, and the Hindu culture is being absolutely monetized, being wrecked apart, being torn apart to the point where it's just entirely lost. In that place, in that environment, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had taken up giving the world a superconscious breakthrough by reviving this lifestyle. Now, I just like to take this opportunity. Of course, Swamiji has given me this opportunity to just tell for the first time the entire truth about what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has done for me and how he has not only done for me, but for so many women, children across the world, no matter if they're from any background, if they just decide that they want to live this Hindu lifestyle, he protects and ensures that that ecosystem is there for them. And that is how my story started when I was just 7 years old with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. One day, my family, as a Hindu family, we all are guru-based, and we all love to go to the different types of gurus from a young age. And as a Hindu Orthodox Brahmin family, my whole family had gone to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on one of his tours to the United States in Seattle in 2005. And in 2005, my whole family went. We had the gracious blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and we were able to, for the first time, find real hope through his words, through his darshan, for living a pure Hindu lifestyle. And that is what my father saw, what my mother saw, what my brother saw. And that is ultimately where my whole family wanted to dedicate our lives to the mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, not only because of his mission, but because in our own personal lives, he had literally created a home, a community, a temple where we could practice what we wanted, where we could practice the sacred Hindu sentiments of just living in oneness with God and all things around us, where we can practice coexistence with all things and peace, where even Hindu women, where even girls like myself could train in Hindu rituals, in Hindu dance, in sacred arts, in so many different arts and culture of Hinduism, and we were empowered to do so. It was such a beautiful ecosystem that we had, and a beautiful way to live ultimately in Seattle, Washington, of all places. I'm telling you, in the United States, to create an ecosystem where the Hindus are able to live and we're able to worship and offer our worship, where Hindu women are treated as equals and empowered for their infinite power, empowered for the consciousness which is inside of them. And we are able to practice rituals, we're able to serve God as we want. This kind of ecosystem is really an absolute blessing. So that is why when I was just 7 years old, until I was 10 years old, my whole family began involving in this Hindu ecosystem which Swamiji created, which still now exists in Seattle, Washington. of all places, I'd like to re-emphasize again why in Seattle, Washington, of all places, this is such a beautiful thing that Swamiji created. Not in India, but in a remote location in a completely different country with 10 feet tall deities, with all the different ornaments and all of the different alankarams, the different traditional, paraphernalia, all of the dresses, the decoration, the deities, and all of the things associated with the deities, all the Hindu rituals, every single thing. It's not a joke to take one ecosystem from one place where it is dying and literally being attacked and simply take it and put it in another place. It's not a joke to be able to do that. It's a sincere, hard work that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism did day in and day out from the very beginning, working just so that an ecosystem can move from India and be created in another place. And this, not the only ecosystem, but there's 37 temples, Hindu ecosystems established in Hindu temples, established around the world with where the Hindu sacred scriptures can be practiced, the lifestyle can be lived, and where people just like me and just like all of the viewers, all of you, can start to practice Hindu lifestyle, can start to really understand and really practice the beautiful Hindu lifestyle, and just from the very beginning, heal, empower yourself with beautiful, flawless cognitions about Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So once again, I was in this kind of ecosystem, brought up from the age of 7 years old. And I was really empowered through Hindu dance, which is one of the sacred Hindu sacred arts that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has since that age initiated me into. And I was able to practice rituals. I was able to train under my father, who was the main Pujacharya of the temple. And my brother, who also joined the Gurukul, who wanted to study in Gurukul, he came to India and he studied in Adi Kailash Sarvajna Peetham, the Nityananda Gurukul here. And then my mother, my father were all working towards making this ecosystem happen. And ultimately, it was not even something that we were making happen over there or doing. We were ultimately able to practice a lifestyle that we really wanted, and that my family, my father believed was good. My father and my mother believed was good from the very beginning, and that they themselves, through their tradition and culture, loved and cherished from their practice and from their culture, and decided that they wanted to gift that to me and to my brother. So we became involved in this beautiful ecosystem, which only, I'm really saying, was only able to be made happen by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And I'm really saying from the deepest of my heart that the ecosystems in the United States, there was nothing like the ecosystem which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism created. There might have been temples, there might have been Hindu temples, there might have been communities and all such things, but there's nothing like an ecosystem that was run by an avatar, literally micromanaged, established, poured with his love and poured with his pure dedication and passion and love for the good of humankind. And he just decided that he would create this ecosystem, and there was absolutely nothing like it. And having been from a Hindu background, we went to all different types of ecosystems. We had plucked flowers from all different types of gardens until we found the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We found the ecosystem he created in Kailasa, and in the Kailasa in Seattle. And it was such a beautiful place. The deities, the culture, the community, it was just a beautiful, amazing ecosystem that we were continuously active, continuously working towards the betterment of humankind. And just even if it is enriching our community, we were continuously wanting to build global peace. We wanted to share these Hindu values to the whole world as much as we could. Now, the main thing that I'd like to bring about here in this junction is that in a perfect ecosystem that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had gifted each and every one of us, including me, in that ecosystem, there were anti-Hindu militants who infiltrated this ecosystem, who had wanted cunningly to disguise themselves and come inside the ecosystem and do a few things that were absolutely wrong in order to feed their own criminal motivations and aspirations. One, they wanted to just leech the resources of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the Hindu ecosystem that was being created and leech those resources for their own criminal activities. They wanted to promote child abuse and child trafficking inside, criminally inside of Hindu ecosystems, using and do it without the knowledge, by leeching the resources and all of the money. And they wanted to promote this for their own criminal motivations. They wanted to ensure that the mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was absolutely destroyed. And they tried their best. And for many parts, they were actually successful. But because of the grace and compassion of the avatar, of Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, so many of us were saved. We're literally saved. And I'm telling you this as a person, as someone who has literally been through, after 10 years, seeing how much I was saved from, literally from the brink of being just sold off into a child trafficking ring, and or ending up pregnant, maybe 13 years old somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Having been literally saved from that, I'm telling you honestly, deeply, that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had sacrificed so much just for us to live, women, children, to live this beautiful Hindu ecosystem. And he had done so much to protect each and every one of us from the very beginning. I'd like to go into the details now about what happened to me, what the criminals who were against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had done to me and had continued trying to do with the Hindu ecosystem that Swamiji has been building until even now, until even 2 years ago, when the Yogini Sarvagna Peetham of Gujarat had been literally wrecked, torn down, and so many people were abused, hurt, illegally arrested, and just treated as literally the most less than human beings. And all of these, I'm saying again, finally, after 10, 11 years, we are able to have our voices heard for the first time. We are able to at least have our voices heard. And the UN has recognized that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been persecuted, and also that he has protected women and children. But of course, We still have a long way to go for so many thousands of women, and of course, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, to establish, to give those ecosystems a chance to survive on the planet Earth and protect the Hindu ecosystems more. Because I'm telling each and every one of you, having been protected by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, having been literally safeguarded from the very beginning, I'm telling you, I'm not the only one. The people who are about to speak today and the people who I'm going to be speaking about today, the victims who had shared their stories, we are not the only ones. There are people out there who still have not been able to come out, have not had their voices heard. There are people outside who still have been through something like I have been through, have literally been through the worst hell, and have not been able to say something, have not been able to bring out their voices and protect and at least start to live the Hindu lifestyle that we wanted to live, or even a lifestyle of being a decent human being and wanting to live with just the basic human decency and dignity. I'm not the only one. The people who are about to speak today, and even Ma Nitya Achalananda Swami and Ma Nitya Pranapriyananda, are not the only ones who have been through this. And there are millions who are literally crying out, crying every single day and suffering. And those are the people that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is dedicated, is determined, and vowed to protect, and has gone through, has sacrificed so much for. And it is at least for those unheard voices, unheard people, women, children, whom I really like to share my story for today, at least so that someone's voice can be heard. I'd like to say again to all of the viewers, this is my deep, humble request. As you're listening to my story, I really request to understand that I am not the only one. The people who you're going to be hearing from today, and the people who you're going to be hearing from today, and the people who decided that they were not ready yet to come on the camera and speak their story to the world because they were just not ready. All of those people, and also the people who we are continuously are in our ecosystem, all of the women, all of the children, we are not the only ones. There's so many unheard, invisible voices that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is protecting, and he is sacrificing his life for, and he has ultimately decided that even if he goes through anything, that even if he is not going to be able to interact with people, even if he doesn't go have any food, any water, or any electricity, basic necessities, then it's okay. Let him keep on contributing and inspiring to create these Hindu ecosystems and continue to protect us. So this is my humble request, my plead to all of the people who are there outside, that please listen to my story and understand that I'm not the only one who has gone through this. I am just one voice who was literally, by some means, I was able to be protected by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, by his grace and his absolute protection. I am alive today and able to tell this story. So I would like to tell the full thing from the beginning. As I was saying, as I was in a beautiful ecosystem the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism carried for me and had literally surrounded me in, I was targeted by these criminal, militant forces in order to be used as a pawn in their strategic and criminal methods to destroy the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and to continue their own criminal motivations. Again, I'm saying this with, again, I'm saying this, I was used in order to be used against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in a cunning strategy against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And I was also used in order to fuel their own criminal motivations to continue their child trafficking rings and their absolute defiling, inhumane criminal motivations and activities. At the age of around 10, 11 years old, I was just going to the temple. We were continuously involved in the temple, and we were always in the temple. My whole family had been dedicated to the temple. My brother at this point was in Adi Kailash Sarvagnapitam in the Nityananda Gurukul, and I myself had gone to the temple and I was completely involved in the temple activities. I was among the many children who were also there, and we were all practicing in the Nityananda Vidyalayas and Vidyalayas, where every weekend and every day after school, we go to the temple, we start our temple rituals, and we start our training processes in order to just train, learn, a very beautiful process that even now the kids in all over the world are able to do, and practice in the sacred arts, practice sacred rituals, learn the Hindu scriptures. So many beautiful activities. Is how my childhood was. One criminal motivated man, I can say, had been placed inside of the Seattle Adinam by the anti-Hindu militant forces. The man was by the name of Vinay Bharadwaj, and Vinay Bharadwaj was subsequently the man who targeted me to be a part of his and all the anti-militant forces conspiracy against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and to ultimately be sold and used in their own schemes and criminal activities. This man, Vinay Bharadwaj, had literally been manipulating me from the age of 11. This was around 2008. And he manipulated me to start calling him every day in the name of tutoring, in the name of different types of activities that he said that he would do, like tutoring for school, and teaching me different meditations and that kind of thing, which he by no authority actually had. And then Vinay had literally kidnapped me for 2 years on and off to go to his apartment, where he would rape me repeatedly. He would take off my clothes and just repeatedly rape me, even though I was screaming, even though I was telling him I didn't want it, even though I was in so much of pain. I was absolutely brainwashed by him and manipulated by him. And I was not able to even think for myself, not even able to say no, because he threatened that he would kill me and that he would kill my parents, and that he would ultimately, he told that he was against Swamiji and that he was going to, literally was telling that he was absolutely against Swamiji, and he told that he was going to destroy the mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. I was not able to do anything, so I was manipulated to the point of just absolutely, I can say that I just became less than a human, less than a child even at that point. I had no idea what to do. I was absolutely isolated from my whole family. My whole family saw the signs in me that I was depressed, that literally I was losing weight and I was losing hair, and that I was not talking to them, and then I couldn't do anything. But ultimately I was afraid of what would happen if I say something, because of the threats that Vinay was giving to me and what he was continuously berating me with. Because of this, I couldn't say anything, but my parents, thank God, because when they saw what was going on, what was happening to me, they reported this to the administration of the temples, and ultimately that went to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. I was absolutely scared at this point, and this was around 2009. And at this point, actually, I can say that the whole administration, everyone did everything to kick Vinay out of the temple because they knew something wrong was going on, but I couldn't tell what was happening. And I could not tell what was happening, just entirely brainwashed and manipulated by Vinay. And even though Vinay was removed entirely from the city and from the temple and from the ecosystem, he was still able to contact me through through my phone, my gadgets. And because of this, he manipulated me, and it came to the point one day when Vinay had told me to pack up my things, and he told me that pack up your things, I will come, Vinay would come. He said that he will come and he will pick me up. He said, pack up all your things, everything that is necessary, and he'll come and pick me up. And I was so scared at that point. And I was asking, what's going on? Why do I have to pack up my things? Why do I have to go? And at this point, he told me that I have to file a case against Swamiji, against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and everything that Vinay had done to me, everything that he had raped, molested, and manipulated, brainwashed me, he told me to put that entire thing on Swamiji and lie and say that Swamiji had done it. And at this point, I absolutely was devastated, because until now I was holding on to Swamiji, and Swamiji was my last hope, because I didn't know anything else. I was manipulated and brainwashed by this criminal Vinay Bharadwaj, and the group and forces and anti-Hindu forces that were behind him to do what he wants and to destroy the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And on one side, they were telling me that this was the end of my parents' life, that I had to file this case against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and that I needed to leave my home, my everything, and go with him to wherever he wants and be with him, live with him. It's at that point I just stopped. That's when I was so scared. I couldn't go on further. I knew that I couldn't go on further. And I needed to bring a stop to this. So I told my parents. I told my parents the truth about what Vinay had done to me, about what Vinay had told me to do. And I told everything to them. I decided at that point that I could not be with them, could not be with continuing this absolute poison that was going on. And ultimately, I can say that I had collapsed to the point where I just could not do it anymore. I just took refuge with my parents and with Swamiji, and I really needed